Welcome back. So this is our part 3 of day 1. We have completed ratio proportion, that is first 1.1, module 1.1, module 1.2. Next we have to proceed with module 1.3. If I am not wrong, we have to proceed with that module. Yeah. Module 1.3 is arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Let me check it just a minute. Yeah. Arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Let me tell you a story how this APGP came. This story is much needed to understand how the APGP works. The person who was the reason APGP came while doing his childhood schooling. First forum, second forum, in those days they call it as first forum, second forum, which is equivalent to fourth, fifth standard. One teacher was absent on a day, and in those period, just to manage the students, a substitution teacher will be allotted. Unluckily, the substitution teacher was a maths teacher, and for that person, who is the reason behind we are studying this APGP, luckily he is a maths person. Just to run the time, he gave, like we have calculators, phone calculators, etc. things. In those days, they don't have calculators. Only, not even paper, only slate bulb. In those period, to add a big number, we have to write the number, add it unit wise, tens wise, 100 wise, 1000 wise, like that only they have to add it. For a second standard guy or for a third standard guy, he gave the assignment or he gave the work of, that maths teacher gave the work of, add the numbers from 1 to 100. Add the numbers from 1 to 100. Without calculator. In those days, without calculator, without formula, just by manual addition. 1 in the mind, 2 in the finger, 1 plus 2. Like this they have to add it. They have to compute the answer. They have to repeat the process till 99 times. 1 hour, it will take another hour to complete. So period over. Period over. But all of a sudden, the moment the teacher gave the question, one boy gave the answer as 5050. One boy gave the answer as 5050. The teacher was shocked. How come 5050? He got doubt upon the student. Is he blabbering? Suddenly he gave another assignment. Make the sum till 200. 1 to 200. Immediately he gave the answer. 20100. Hey OG Bharatwaj students, அமைதியா இருங்க. இப்பெல்லாம் சம் போட்டு கொடுத்துட கூடாது. He gave the answer as 20100. பயந்துட்டாங்க. தெய்வ குழந்தையா இருப்பாங்களோ. He took the slate. The teacher was not able to understand the calculations. So they went to the headmaster. In those periods, headmaster is the person who will be able to handle all the subject. Even the headmaster got confused. And they asked the student to elaborate how he got the answer. He took the entire thing as, like we will add it vertically. 1 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 4. He took it in a different sense. That's how he interacted with his intellect. Instead of adding it vertically, he took it horizontally. Recording இருக்குடா எல்லாம் பயமுறுத்திடாது. $100. He named it as S. He wrote it in reverse order. 101. Sorry. 100 plus 99 plus 1. Does the sum going to change from left to right, from right to left? It's same. There is no difference, right? We call it as associative property of addition. We call it associative. This property is called as associative property. Even if you change the order of operation, the answer remains same. Subtraction is not associative. If you change the order, answer margin. Multiplication is associative, whereas division is not associative. Now he added corresponding terms like 1 plus 100, 2 plus 98, 3 plus 98, and here it will be 2s. Here it will be 2s. How many 101 you have here? 100 units of 101. Now, I don't know how many of you knew this. What is multiplication? It's nothing but repeated addition. If you add 2 3 times, you will get 6, right? It's nothing but 2 multiplied with 3. It's nothing but 2 multiplied with 3. Yes or no? It's same as 6. Appo, if a constant number is repeatedly added n number of times, it's nothing but 2 multiplied with n, right? So the answer will be 2s will be equal to 101 divided by 2. But 100 into 101. Yes or no? 101 times 100. 101 times 100. Which is? Okay, I don't need the final answer. Then what is the sum? 100 into 101 divided by 2. If it is for 100 numbers, 100 into 101 by 2. If it is for 200 numbers, 200 into 201 by 2. If it is for 300 numbers, 300 into 301 by 2. Let's generalize it. Sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural numbers. Sum is equal to n multiplied with n plus 1 divided by 2. So what he observed, there is a pattern. In this series. There is a pattern of series. Then only the term sequence got coined. Then only the term progression got coined. Then only the term series got coined. So if we were able to list down the numbers, we call it a sequence. Similarly, a similar type of approach is used to find square of n natural numbers. Square of n natural numbers, yes, equal to n into n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 by 6. Cube of n natural numbers, sum will be equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. If it is cube, it should be square. So Just one observation, one small alternative observation gave the idea of sequence, gave the idea of real analysis. If this formula is clear, we can proceed further. If this formula is clear, we can proceed further. Can we? Now, what is meant by sequence? What is meant by sequence? What is meant by sequence? What is meant by the term sequence? Gavani. Attention please. Attention stand please. What's meant by a sequence? What's meant by a sequence? What's meant by that? Arrangement of numbers in a specific order. Arrangement of numbers in specific order. What is meant by the numbers in specific order? What do you mean by the term specific order? Which means the first term, second term, the first term, the second term, the third term, if you are able to list down the numbers with index, we call it as sequence. We call it as sequence. Let the numbers be anything. We can got the numbers by any term, any number of any rule, but it should be listed. First term, second term, third term, fourth term, it should be listed. We should be able to identify what will be the value at nth term with sequence. Now, progression. What is meant by progression? You might have heard about this term in your school days, progress card. The example, I'm not going to change the example, the same example which I took in the regular class. So what does it mean? There is no difference between the regular class and the marathon session. Both will be something like this only. Content wise. What is meant by progression? What's meant by progression? What is meant by progress card? What is meant by that? What's the need for report card? What's the basis for analysis? A reference data, right? For comparison or for analysis or to see the progress, we will be always in need of a reference data. From the reference data, how we have got progress, improve aagam, whether there is an improvement or not. There is an improvement or not will be depicted from a reference only. Appo progression is nothing but sequence obtained from a single term. We call it as progression. If that sequence is obtained through addition, we call it as arithmetic progression. If that sequence is obtained through multiplication, We call it as geometric progression. Appo, what is meant by this arithmetic progression? The entire sequence will be obtained from one term. We call it as initial term. We call it as initial term. And we will be adding one constant number d to the initial term. One time we will get the second term. Two times we will get the third term. Three times we will be getting the fourth term. N times we will be getting the n plus 1th term. Appo any an is nothing but a plus n minus 1 times d. This will give me to project the projection of any nth term. The projection of any nth term. Similarly, when it comes to this GP, I will be having a similar term, initial term. Unlike AP, in GP we call it as, instead of difference, we call it as common ratio. We call it as common ratio. What is the common ratio? Instead of addition, we will be multiplying the term. Addition also includes subtraction. Multiplication also includes division. I am multiplying, okay, I am dividing 10. Can I call it as multiplying inverse 10? Can I call it as multiplying inverse 10? I am subtracting 3. Can I call it as adding inverse 3? Additive inverse of 3. Can I? So, addition includes subtraction, multiplication includes division. I am speaking about the operation. How can I write the nth term? An will be equal to a multiplied with r power n minus 1. We used the same formula to find the amount in compound interest. We used the same formula to find the amount in compound interest. So, whatever the thing which we are going to see now, we have already discussed in a different name in the earlier concept. So, this arithmetic progression or example in simple interest. Geometric progression or example for geometric progression, compound interest. This is how you should interact with your intellect. You should be able to map one concept with another concept in mathematics. Mathematics is the only thing where you will be able to do it. You can't do it in accounts. It's a flow of topics only. The account, just a minute. Can I? Clear with this. Silence, please. Order. Brain. Can I proceed? Now, sum of n terms. How to find the sum of n terms? Use the same formula. Yes, we know. Vinodini Murugan, please. You have raised your hand. You want anything to say? You have your yes, then that is sum of n terms of arithmetic progression. Use the same method. Use the Use the same method which the kid does. He took the number of units and made the multiplication with the addition of first term and last term. Similarly, you do the same here. Sn will be equal to n by 2 times a plus l. L is the last term. You don't know what is the term. Find the term. Equal to n by 2 times a plus, what is n? A plus n minus 1 into d, which in turn I can write it as 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Clear? Clear? Now, when it comes to geometric progression, we have a different formula. Sum will be equal to a multiplied with r power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 if r is greater than 1. The common ratio is greater than 1. The same will be, thank you. The same will be a multiplied with 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r if r is less than n. What if it is equal to n? Sorry, if it is equal to 1, r is equal to 1. So there won't be any difference between each term. All the term will be the same constant, na. Clear? அவ்வளவுதான். APGP அவ்வளவுதான். Conceptually over. என்னப்பா? n number of terms. Clear? Clear? Can I proceed? Let's go for sums. Now, before proceeding to sums, I want to give you a small clarity on one more thing. It's already known to you, but you may be tested in these topics. That's why I am focusing here. AP, GP. See, from next class, the OG students தனித்தனியா உட்காருங்க, சேர்ந்தெல்லாம் உட்காராதீங்க. Applicable to girls also. தனித்தனியா உட்காரணும். If the question is something like 3 terms of AP, you won't be given with the terms, whereas you will be given with the addition of the terms and product of the terms. The same here. 3 terms of GP. You will be given with addition of 3 terms and product of 3 terms. You will be given with addition of the 3 terms and the product of 3 terms. How you are going to assume those terms? That is the question here. அது உனக்கு தெரியும்பா, எல்லாரும் தெரியும். How we are going to assume the 3 terms? If it is a arithmetic progression, assume it as a minus d, a plus d, so that the sum will be equal to 3a, which you can equate it here. For geometric progression, take it as a by r, ar. The product will be equal to a cube, which you can equate it here. Which you can equate it towards the product. What if instead of 3 terms, you are given with 4 terms. You are given with 4 terms of EP, 4 terms of GP. What is the rule we have used? The sum should cancel the common difference. The sum of the terms should cancel the common difference. And here the product of the term should cancel the common ratio. We have to use the same idea if 4 terms of AP, 4 terms of GP. How can we do that? Here we took the common difference as D. So we were able to write the common difference as 0 at one stage. Common difference, yeah, here the common difference is 0, right? We don't have D here in the middle term. But unlike even number of terms, we won't be able to do that. Rather, we have to use a different approach. A minus. So for sure, எனக்கு என்ன தெரியும்? 2 terms will be A minus D, A plus D. 2 terms will be A minus D and A plus D. The another 2 terms. If I write A minus 2D and if I write A plus 2D, what is the common difference? What's the difference, by the way? D. What's the difference? 2D. The difference is 2D. Here the difference is D. Pairlaye irukku, the difference should be common. Is it common here? To make it as a common one, you can't change this, right? Whereas you can change this. Change it. 2D. If the common difference itself is 2D, what should be the terms? A minus 3D, A plus 3D. Clear? What can be for geometric progression? A by R cube, A by R, AR cube. So that the common ratio is R square. The product of these things will give you A power 4. With that you will be able to equate it to the product. You will get one term. Equate it towards the sum, you will get the another term. Clear? So you are getting a conceptual idea of how the formula works, how the concept works. அப்படியே ஃபாஸ்டா சம்ம முடிச்சிடலாம். If the terms 2x, x plus 10, 3x plus 2 are in AP. What is X? What is X? I think this is our classroom problem, right? I discussed it in our classroom, if I'm not wrong. What is the main advantage of arithmetic progression? What's the main advantage of arithmetic progression? Difference between the terms are always constant, right? Difference between the terms are always constant. In such case, x plus 10 minus 2x should be equal to 3x plus 2 minus x plus 10. Yes or no? Yes. Then x minus 2x minus x plus 10 should be equal to 3x minus x, 2x, 2 minus 10 minus 8. Rearrange it. When I get this minus x towards this side, it will be 3x. And when I get this minus 8 towards this side, it will be plus 8, 18. Then x is, that's it. Clear? Clear? Now, the arithmetic mean between 33 and 77. You will get some question like this. What is meant by arithmetic mean between two numbers? Which means you have to place one number in between so that all these three numbers are in arithmetic progression. That is what we call it as arithmetic mean between two numbers. What is meant by geometric mean between two numbers? You have to place one number in between so that all the three terms are in geometric progression. This is what we call it as geometric mean. So, if we can that one number, let me call that number as B, such that 2b equal to a plus c. 2b equal to a plus c. What is that 2b? If a, b, c are in arithmetic progression, b is the term I have to find. What I know, b minus a equal to c minus b. I am rewriting this to get 2b equal to a plus c. Upon 2b equal to, what is a plus c? 33 plus 77. 100, right? 110. So b is 55. So 33, 55, 77. Common difference 22. The same rule is applicable for geometric mean also. The same rule is applicable for geometric mean also. Now, had we discussed this geometric mean between two numbers earlier? Yes. Mean proportion, third proportion, fourth proportion. We discussed, right? That concept is discussed here. Like, this is the concept which we have discussed earlier. Clear? I am giving you one more homework. Insert 4 arithmetic mean. Insert 4 arithmetic mean between 3 and 18. You will get a question like this. You have to insert 4 numbers so that all the 6 terms, this is the hint. All the 6 terms are in arithmetic progression. All the 6 terms are in arithmetic progression. How to do it? If this is the first term, this will be the last term. Use the property of nth term. That's it. Now, instead of even number of terms, instead of instead of even number of terms, what if I give you odd number of terms? What if I give you odd number of terms? The middle term will be the arithmetic mean of first term and last term. And arithmetic mean between the so-called found term and the first term will give you the another middle term. And arithmetic mean between so-called middle term and the last term will give you the another middle term. In this manner, you can find n arithmetic means, odd units of n arithmetic means, odd number of n arithmetic mean, which means 3 arithmetic mean, 5 arithmetic mean, 7 arithmetic mean, 9 arithmetic means. புரியுதா? Can I? If 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14 plus x is equal to 882. What can I say about x? Do I know the number of terms? தெரியாது. ஆனா I know the sum. And I know the first term and also the last term. With that, Sn is equal to n by 2 times a plus l. N by 2 times 2 plus x equal to 882. If I rearrange it, I will be given with n and x. தெரியாது. I don't know. But what's the common difference? The common difference is 4. Then I can write that 882 as 2 plus some 4 times of y. What can be that y? 880 divided by 4. 880 divided by 4. That y is 220. Y is nothing but n minus 1. Y is nothing but n minus 1. If n minus 1 is 220, what is that n? 221. Appo 221th term, 221st term is x. Substitute it. 221 divided by 2 times 2 plus x equal to 882. Rearrange it, cross multiply, you will get the answer. Similarly, you will be getting a few salary types of problems if increment is given, if increment is constantly given, something like that. Another good question. The sum of fourth term அப்படினா என்ன? Sum till fourth term of AP and 12th term of AP is 8. What is your A? What is your A? What can you say about your A? Simple interest is linear in nature. Simple interest is linear in nature. So, I have S12, S4. The difference between these two will be proportional to 12 minus 4 times. What is the proportionality constant? What's the proportionality constant? Common difference. Proportionality constant is common difference. We discussed, right? Common difference. Then, what is S12 minus S4? Of AP is 8 and 15. So, 15 minus 8 is equal to what is 12 minus 4? What is 12 minus 4? 8 times D. So, D is 7 by 8. D is 7 by 8. If D is 7 by 8 and S and S sum of 4 terms, எப்படி எழுதலாம்? 4 by 2 times A plus 2A plus 3D. 2A plus 3D is equal to 8. Appo, then 2 times 2A plus what is 3D? 3 times 7, 21 by 8 is equal to 8. Divided with 2, you will get 2A plus 21 by 8 is equal to 4. 2A equal to 4 minus 21 by 8. 4 times 8 is 32 minus 21. Divided by 11 by 60. Clear? Listen. See, in the earlier sum, we were asked to find x. I made a small mistake. I don't know what is this x. I don't know what is the value of this x. And I don't know in what place that x is placed. Whereas, I just took a wrong assumption. The last term is 882. The last term is not 82, not 882. Whereas, sum till x is 882. So we have to rearrange the entire thing and work on it. So n is not 221. N is not 221. Can you tell எப்படி solve பண்ணீங்க?
n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 formula apply பண்ணி n கண்டுபிடிச்சேன். So n வெச்சு லாஸ்ட்
What is the formula for sum of n terms? N by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Do we know d? Yes. N தெரியாது. Do we have a? Yes, we have. So n divided by 2 times 2 times 2 plus n minus 1 times 4 equal to 882. When rearranged, 2 will be go to that side. 882 into 2, 1764 minus 4, 1760. 1760 equal to n minus 1 times 4. When divided with 4, I will get 440. I will get 440. Then what is n? 441. When I substitute that 441, okay, n into n. Okay. Wait. 1764 is equal to n into 4 plus 4n minus 4. 4n square is 1764. So when I divide it with 4, I will get 441 equal to n square. Then n will be equal to 21. In such scenario, substitute that 21 here, you will get the answer. Seriya? Replace it with the one another formula of sum of n terms of arithmetic progression, you will get the formula. Clear? Now, I need to find sum of all natural numbers. Sir, I know the formula n into n plus 1 by 2. Right. With the condition between 500 to 1000, between 500 to 1000, which are divisible by, it's your exam question, by the way, which are divisible by 13. Edu maaralamna, this thing may change. Instead of 13, they may ask you to find divisible by 7, divisible by 11, divisible by 9, any of the odd number. Instead of 500 to 1000, they may ask 200 to 300, 200 to 800, whatever. But the concept is, after 500, what is the very first term which is a multiple of 13? After 500, what is the very first term which is a multiple of 13? Simple. 500 divided by 13. Enappa? 38.46. 500 divided by 13 equal to 38.46. 506 divided by 13. 38.92. Upper, no number in between. 501, 502, 503, 504, 505, 506. No number in between is divisible by 13. 508. 508 divided by 13. 39.0. So what is the answer? 507. Because there is a shifting between 38 to 39. So in between value, what's the in between value? 507 is divisible by 13. So the very first term is 507. So the very first term is 507. Now we have to find the last term. Use the same method. The last term will be 998. 988. By the way, what is 507 divided by 13? It's 30. 9, right? So it's 13 times 39. Here it is 13 times 76. Now the sum will be 507 till 988. What will be your common difference? 13. What will be your common difference? 13. What is the formula? Sn equal to, you don't need to find the common difference. In fact, you need to find what is the n. You need to find what is your n. A plus L. You have got A, you have got your L. Now what is n? How many terms are there? Take the difference between this 76 and 39. 37. So there are 37 terms after 507. So there are 37 terms after 507. Is n 37? Is n 37? 38, because we have to include this 507 also. We have to include this 507 also. So it will be 38 divided by 2, 507 plus 988. That's it. Finding this 38 is the challenge. Finding this 38 is the challenge. Purujada? You can use the same method for n number of problems. You can use the same thing to find sum of odd numbers, sum of even numbers. For even numbers, if you are asked to find 2 plus 4 plus all the even numbers, take 2 as a common one. It will be 1 plus 2 plus, you will land at n. If you are asked to find till 200 numbers, take the n as 100. Take n as 100. So try to manipulate the given numbers in this format. Got it? என்ன 200 ன்னு எடுத்துக்காத, என்ன 100 ன்னு எடுத்துக்கோ. If you are asked to find till 200, how many even numbers are there in between 0 to 200? 100. In between 0 to 200, there are only 100 even numbers, not 200 even numbers. So never take n as 200, take n as 100. Now, the last term of series, of the series, x square x 1 till 31st term. Till 31st term. What can be the answer? What is your r, by the way? 1 by x. What is your a? X square. They have asked for 31st term. Then a 31. Then a 31 will be equal to a into r power n minus 1, 30. Which is x square into 1 by x, the whole power 30. Use the concept of indices. 1 by x power 30. So the answer is 1 by x power 28. Clear? Clear? Another problem. You will get, you may also expect these kind of problem in the exams. Find the sum of 4 plus 44 plus 444. There infinite number of terms. In such situation, when you are asked to find the sum of geometric series where r is, you don't know n tends to infinity. You don't know what is r, and you know one thing, r is less than 1. In such scenario, the sum of n terms will be a divided by 1 minus r. Sir, 1 minus r power n என்னாச்சு அப்படின்னு கேட்டா, it becomes 1. r power n becomes 0 since r is less than 1. r power infinity will become 0. Say r is 0.5. What is 0.5 square? 0.25. Cube? 0.125. And it keeps on reducing at one stage, say infinite terms, till infinite terms it will get 0. It will be 0. So r power n will be 0. 1 minus r power n will become 1. That's why I have mentioned the formula as a divided by 1 minus r. Now, how can I do it? Make 4 as a common one. It will be 1 plus 11 plus and so on. Then 4 times. I can write this 1 as 1. 11 as 10 plus 1. 1 as 110 plus 1. Wait. I'm just dividing the entire term by 9 and multiplying 9 inside. So it will be 9 plus 99 and goes on. So I will be getting 4 by 9, 10 minus 1 plus 100 minus 1 plus and goes on. Infinite terms. தெரியாது எவ்வளவு terms னு. 4 by 9, 10 plus 100 and goes on. Infinite number of terms plus. How many times you are adding? 1. N number of times. So n. So the answer is n. Now, என்னப்பா? Sorry pa. I got brain rot. Sum of n terms where the common ratio is 10. 4 by 9. Use this formula. What is a? 10 divided by 1 minus
10. Less than 1 hour.
Wait பண்ணு இங்க எங்கயோ. Here r is greater than 1. Here r is greater than 1. R is greater than 1. Use that formula. A times, which is 10 times 10 power n minus 1 divided by 9 minus n. That's it. In case if you are given with decimal terms or the common ratio seems to be less than 1, there you can use this formula. Purma. Now, let me check if it is possible where the sum irukku. Adha naanum solren. Gavani, please listen. 5 minutes முடிச்சுக்கிறேன். 5 minutes I will. Logarithm. 4 ஃபார்முலா அவ்வளவுதான். In age old times, again the same story only, no more different story. In age old times, to measure earthquake, in age old times, to measure earthquake, a special type of equipment was used. Theodometer, which will be something like, upon a table, a paper will be moving for each second, and a pot or a vessel will be hanging in the entire space so that ink will be dropping each second. So paper will also be moving and ink will also be dropping. In that you will be getting a straight line in that paper. When there is a earthquake, the table will shake, right? There will be a movement in the table. As a result, this is how the ink will flow in the paper. One mathematician. This is how earthquake was measured in age-old times. Now only Richter scale came. That Richter scale was based on this scenario only. A mathematician are always some kind of கொழுப்பு பிடிச்ச people. சும்மாவே இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. They won't be silent. A mathematician wished to have a study about all of these things, all of this earthquake pattern. He collected the data, sat at a place, he did permutation combination, sorry I didn't சொல்லல, he did some calculation and he got a struggle. He was intended to plot all the points in a graph. While doing so, what he encountered is he was not able to do so because choosing the scale matters there. If he choose the scale as a bigger one, say 1000, he was able to map bigger values, but he was not able to map 0.001. 0.0001. Earthquake is not constant everywhere, right? If the scale is small, he was not able to find a big paper. This is the scenario he encountered. To overcome this, he found a function. He found the function which is called as logarithm. For which you will be selecting a base number. The meaning of logarithm is what is the number the base should be raised to, what number the base should be raised. அதாவது base powerல என்ன போட்டா you will get this input x. That is the value of log. Which means b power a equal to x. He can change the base. With the change, he can get any number inside. Yes or no? That is the final answer. With this, he chose the base to be 10. We call it as log base 10. So, let it be any maximum number, he will get maximum of 10. Let it be any minimum number, he will get minimum of 1. This is how logarithm will work. So, let it be any big number or let it be any small number, he can bring it inside a graph. That's why this is the reason in Richter scale, a measure of the difference between the impact of earthquake between 7.1 and 7.4 have a big impact, because 7.1, what's the difference between 7.1 and 7.4? 0.3. It's not 0.3, it's 10 power 3. What's 10 power 3? 1000 times the impact of 7.1 is equal to 7.4. That's why the impact is bigger in 7.4 and the impact is feeble in 7.1. And the properties of logarithm. I will teach you how to calculate logarithm, how to take log in the next class. Kindly bring log table and anti-log table tomorrow. I will be telling you how, let's discuss few formulas of logarithm and end the session. Log of a plus log b is nothing but log of ab. Log of a minus log of b is nothing but log of a by b. Similarly, log of a to the base a having same base will be equal to 1, and log of any number power n is nothing but n times log a. These were the 4 formulas. Along with that, one more formula, log 1 base anything to the base a, and log of 0 is Undefined, let me call it as minus infinity. With this, I'm closing day 1. I'm closing my day 1. I extended the session for 1 hour. Technically, it was planned till 12 o'clock, but I extended for 1 hour because of breakfast break and other things. Tomorrow, our plan is to cover set language, permutation combination, and other few statistic topics. We'll start with statistics, and the final 1.5 to 2 hour session will be concentrated on, or 1 hour session will be concentrated on permutation combination, set language. The third day, probability, and other left out topics like distance and time, etc. Revise it and come for the next session. Bye.